Hey everyone, welcome back to the House of Ambu. I hope everyone's having a great day today, and I hope you guys are ready to do Star Wars. We have something other than Stranger Things today. So first off, I know it's cold and the weather could be really depressing at times, so I'm gonna start doing some motivational quotes. Star Wars themes for now, but it may change for this cold weather, and I don't know, maybe I'll do it for all my videos, but we'll see how that goes. The quote for today's video is, "Never give up hope, no matter how dark things seem." Okay, with that, we are here to review Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Great show. This review, of course, is gonna have spoilers. So I decided for this review, I'm gonna review my favorite episode, or just say one of my favorite episodes from each season, or favorite arc, and then at the end of the video I'll just give an overall quick little review of the entire show. So make sure you watch the show if you don't want to get spoiled. Okay, so starting off with season 1, episode 5, Rookies. I actually really like this episode. I really think I do tend to like the more grounded episodes. Like, who would think a episode with just clone troopers would be just so interesting? I just love seeing this aspect of the war. Like, we just don't constantly have to see Jedis. So I think it was really cool that we got to dive deeper into like the clones, and they actually had a pretty important mission, because if they failed, then the separatists would have got to Camino, so that would have been bad. But I liked how we got introduced to like Echo and Fives, Heavy, and all these other characters that were there. It's just really cool to just see the dynamics, and even though they're all clones, they all have like different personalities. So I think that was really cool, and just to show like the character development of these clones from like they were just rookies, and now they like actually have like actual experience. So I think it was really cool and a nice little episode. And of course, this plays a major role later on when we get some of these characters like Fives and Echoes. So yeah, I think it was a really solid first episode, or not first episode. I think it was a really solid episode. Alright, moving on to season 2. I have episode 12, The Mandalore Plot. I think this really plays an essential role, because this, obviously, if you finish the show, this builds into a way deeper plot spanning on from the seasons. I just love Star Wars politics, so I might be a little biased with that, but yeah, I just like seeing Mandalore's politics and how they're just trying to stay neutral from the war, but like everything bad is still happening to them, and they can't really control this. So they have to call for the Jedi to help, and specifically Obi-Wan, because we get to see Duchess Satine's relationship with Obi-Wan, which lots of stress on that relationship, since Jedi aren't technically allowed to be in relationships with other people. So it was nice to see like something other than just like Anakin and Padme. So we got to see more of Obi-Wan's relationship and how he deals with that, being part of the Jedi Order. And yeah, I think it has a really good payoff, and just overall a pretty enjoyable episode. Alright, moving on to season 3. I have episodes 1 to 2. This is the Clone Cadets / ARC Troopers arc episodes, if you want to call it. I really like the first episode, the Clone Cadets. I think this is really what started off their inspiration of the Bad Batch. Just seeing these clones that are just not as good as the other clones. And I think it was just a really cool concept, or just like, I guess, a plot detail, really, just like how Jango Fett's DNA is running out. So like, of course, the clones would get worse as they run out of DNA, which obviously makes sense. So I think that was a really cool thing for the plot, but also just seeing these like characters and just them trying to work together. Then we had like 99 just trying to be supportive of these guys, while the I do not remember the trainer's name, but the off-brand I guess contractor bounty hunter. So yeah, just like him not caring about the clones, while the Jedi's trying to help them. And I don't know, I think it was really just cool to see their teamwork and how they actually like beat their challenge and like pass. I don't know, just really enjoyable episode. And of course, this builds on to the next episode with ARC Troopers, where they actually get promoted, and we get to see these characters like Echo and Fives, and we get to see like them defending their home of Camino, a really important mission too. And then we get 99's big emotional sacrifice. So yeah, really good episode. Alright, now moving on to season 4. Just wanted to say, this is my favorite arc of the entire show. Like, I know some people could sorry say season 7, the ending arc, is really good too. I think it's really good too, but this arc, it's just changed my whole perspective of Clone Wars. If my review goes any higher, it's because of this arc alone. But we are talking about the Umbara arc, season 4, episodes 7 to 10. And like I said, this arc was just clone troopers basically. So I guess I really like the episodes of just clone troopers and just this grounded fight between like the clone troopers. Like Anakin was there in the beginning, but he kind of left early, so we have to really see Rex and Fives and them like just the leadership skills trying to help the other clones. Then we have like Krell, General Krell, which is just a terrible person, and he was just pissing me off these entire episodes. And just to have like an antagonist, like two antagonists at the same time, like they're fighting on the front line, and they actually had to work about their general that just hates clones for some reason, which we later find why that's the case. Also, just the scenery of this arc, it just felt like a whole different vibe. It was a lot more darker, just the lighting, it felt more cinematic too, like it had a whole different feel from everything else before it. And I think every objective, like every episode where they had to take another objective, I found each of them interesting, and just building onto it with Krell, like trying to like not follow his orders and stuff because they know he's wrong. And it just goes to show like how loyal Rex and Fives really are to like Anakin and like the Republic, and they went against their orders of their general. So yeah, I really like that. Really good development for those characters, and just really interesting arc. I would rewatch this arc so many times. It's just amazing. 10 out of 10 arc. Favorite arc of Clone Wars, easily. Not even close, in my opinion. Alright, now for season 5, I have episodes 17 to 20, which is the arc where Ahsoka gets framed for the bombing of the Jedi Temple. There was definitely some other arcs and episodes I wanted to choose, but I think this one's just so iconic, and it like builds on to Ahsoka's story later on in Clone Wars and Rebels, and just in general for the Resistance. So I just really loved seeing the like hypocrisy of the Jedi Order and how terrible it is, and that finally someone has some common sense to leave that order. And yeah, I just think the whole suspension of her running away, just trying to get away from the Jedi Order, trying to actually find the person who was responsible for it, which it actually turned out to be another Jedi. So the reveal definitely did surprise me. I think I got spoiled it, so I wasn't as surprised by it, but yeah, I liked how it was like an actual Jedi and she was just undercover, and like they just immediately blamed Ahsoka for it, not even trying to find any evidence. Just shows how corrupt the Order is. And yeah, just so many flaws with that Jedi Order. So I really do like how it expanded on Ahsoka's character development. That's why I have this is why I have it above other arcs. But overall, it was still a pretty good arc, just her running away. I just like seeing her trying to escape the Jedi Order, and just laying on the low, and just a different setting was really cool to see. Alright, for season 6 we have episodes 1 to 4. This is the Order 66/5 arcs. Really good arc. I really didn't think they would dive this deep into it. I feel like in general, just seeing Clone Wars add stuff like this really helps the other movies like Revenge of the Sith and just overall other Star Wars movies, because we get so much more lore and like background to like what's happening. Like, of course one of the chips would malfunction, and of course Fives has to go through that and try to discover what's going on with the chips, and of course everyone thinks he's crazy. Like, nobody's trying to believe him at all. It was just really sad to see him go out that way, and just trying to see everyone react to him. Like, everyone's trying to be supportive, but they just don't believe it, and just here we go with the Jedi Order again, just being oblivious. So yeah, really sad arc. And it really had me, like, of course I knew the outcome. I watched Revenge of the Sith, but it had me on the edge of my seat. I kept wondering what was going to happen, or maybe it would give the Jedi some type of clue. But yeah, no. I do like how Rex kind of we see in the later season, how he did kind of believe Five, or he felt like he had to at least honor his word. And this is Five we're talking about from season 1, like to see him be from a clone cadet all the way to the being such a major part of Order 66 is just amazing. And we would never have gotten this without these small, grounded clone trooper episodes. So yeah, really like that. Alright, so finally for the final season, season 7, I have episodes 9 to 12, which is the Siege of Mandalore. Just amazing arc, so good. Not better than Umbara personally, but I wouldn't be mad if someone put this above it. It's just so great. First off, Ahsoka and Anakin reunited after so long, just felt amazing. I mean, it probably felt longer for you guys who actually watched it when it came out, but I binged them all, so I didn't have to wait until however many years season 7 came along the way. But yeah, just seeing them reunite again, and then all the clone troopers having the helmets Anakin designed for them, putting it on to support Ahsoka, just was really cool to see. I really did like that, even though like all of them died during the Siege of Mandalore, which just makes it really sad because they all followed Ahsoka and they were loyal to her. But yeah, just seeing Anakin and Ahsoka again, really cool. Quality of it was definitely a lot better than other Clone Wars things, kind of like Umbara. Like you could tell this is like movie level quality, really good. We get to see more of the Mandalore stuff, which I love. Just this is like the climax, the build up of all this stuff has been leading to a Death Watch and everything. So I really like that. Just trying to free Mandalore from Maul. We get Ahsoka versus Maul, which was an amazing fight. I still don't know really how Ahsoka won, but I think it was a great fight. Then of course, which I completely got, I did not know it was going to show after Order 66, so that definitely surprised me because I thought, this was only going to be before Revenge of the Sith, so it really caught me off guard just seeing the same time stuff happen between Revenge of the Sith and the season 7 of Clone Wars. So I think that was really cool, seeing Order 66 from Ahsoka and how she survived because of Anakin's teaching. Just amazing. You get to see that in I think Tales of the Jedi episode 5. So just, it would have been cool if it was in Clone Wars, but I see why they had to spend on it separately. So recommend watching that episode too. And yeah, just makes it more tragic just seeing how like she only survived because of Anakin, but Anakin was kind of like the cause of Order 66 too. And just seeing how she saved Rex, and she didn't want to hurt any of the clones too, because these were the same clones that were loyal to her too. So it really was really emotional. Then just seeing the end of the Republic, we didn't really, I mean, we saw a bit of it in Revenge of the Sith, but it just felt more real now seeing it. And I think then it was just so good. Like, I think it was literally the perfect way to end the show. Like, there's no other way you can end it. But yeah, I really did like that. And of course, the very end with Anakin picking up the lightsaber, just so emotional. Really great. Some tears almost came out, but yeah, really good. But not better than Umbara. Alright, so that is all my favorite episodes from each season. So overall, I will say Clone Wars definitely has lots of highs, like Umbara, the Siege of Mandalore, the Fives arc, and some of the other standalone arcs that I mentioned before. But it does also have a lot of lows, like especially some of the Jar Jar Binks episodes, and like I think we had a couple like R2D2 or C3PO episodes. It just wasn't that good. And then we had some mid-tier, like the Padme stuff was cool when she had some episodes. Like I said, I like Star Wars politics, so I wasn't too mad about that. It just wasn't as exciting, especially when you get highs like Siege of Mandalore and Umbara. Like once I seen Umbara, I was just so disappointed with the show. I was like, we could have been having this the entire time. But I guess they do want to have more not all just highs. But yeah, I feel like that kind of hurts it in the long end. But the highs definitely do carry this. So I think overall, I gotta give the show a 7.5 out of 10. Maybe an 8 if I'm feeling generous. But I think I'll stick with a 7.5. If he had another great arc or two, then yeah, I'll be more comfortable giving it an 8. But I wouldn't be mad if someone gave it an 8. I don't see it being higher than an 8 though. The lows just drag it down way too much in my opinion, and it kind of does feel like filler. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.